Hey, Vikings Nation, SKOL, buckle up, because we've got a roller coaster of Minnesota Vikings news straight from the 2025 training camp, and it's a wild ride. Tuesday dropped a bombshell with Jordan Addison's 3-game suspension, and the vibes at camp are electric as the team gears up for a season with sky-high expectations. Are you ready to dive into the latest on our squad? From roster shakeups to McCarthy's debut? Let's break it all down. The big headline: Jordan Addison, our explosive wide receiver, is sidelined for the first 3 games of 2025 due to a DUI charge from July 2024. The NFL slapped him with a 3-game ban for violating their substances of abuse policy, a move that stings but isn't shocking, given the league's precedent. Addison pleaded no contest to a lesser wet reckless charge, paying a $390 fine and landing 12 months of probation. But the league still brought the hammer down. So what's the game plan without our WR2? Last season, the Vikings proved they can handle adversity, crushing the 49ers 23-17 and Texans 34-7 without Addison and TJ Hockenson. With Hockenson back, a beefed-up offensive line, and new running back Jordan Mason, the purple and gold are ready to weather this storm. Drop a comment below. How do you think we'll fare in those first 3 games against the Bears, Falcons, and Bengals? Hold up, Vikings fans. Let's talk about that suspension. Addison's 3-game absence means he'll miss the opener at Chicago, plus home games against Atlanta and Cincinnati. He's still tearing it up in training camp and preseason, but come September 8th, he's banned from the team facility for 3 weeks. That's a tough pill to swallow for a guy with 133 catches, 1,786 yards, and 19 touchdowns in just 2 seasons. Coach Kevin O'Connell isn't sweating it, though. He's been prepping for this since last year, pointing to the team's depth at wide receiver. Remember when we went 2-1 without Addison early in 2024? O'Connell's got faith in guys like Jalen Nailor, who stepped up big last season with 6 touchdowns, including 1 in each of the first 3 games. Who's your pick to fill Addison's shoes? Let me know in the comments. This isn't just about one player, it's about the Vikings' resilience. O'Connell's been raving about the competitive camp and how the team's ready to answer questions with their play. With Justin Jefferson, the NFL's best receiver, and a healthy TJ Hockenson, the offense is still loaded. But here's the teaser. Who's the dark horse stepping up in camp? Stick around to find out. SKOL. Let's zoom into training camp at TCO Performance Center in Eagan. The pads are on, and the intensity is through the roof. Rookies and quarterbacks reported on July 20th, with vets joining on the 22nd, and the first public practice on July 26th was a show. But Tuesday's news about Addison has everyone buzzing. How will the offense adapt? The good news? The Vikings have options. Jalen Nailor, now WR3, is ready to take on a bigger role, with 28 catches for 414 yards and 6 scores in 2024. Behind him, rookie Ty Felton, a 3rd-round speedster from Maryland, is turning heads with his shifty moves and kick return potential. What do you think? Can Nailor or Felton become the next big thing? Hit the comments. O'Connell's preaching good football, focusing on pre-snap and post-snap execution. With a revamped offensive line featuring newcomers like Jonah Jackson and Ryan Kelly, plus Christian Darrisaw nearing full recovery from his ACL tear, the run game with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason could dominate early. But here's the question. Will the offense click without Addison? Stay tuned. Vikings Nation, let's talk about the man under center McCarthy. The 2024 number 10 overall pick is set to make his debut as the starting QB, and the hype is unreal. After missing 2024 with a torn meniscus, McCarthy's been lighting up camp, showing poise and precision. But Wednesday's practice? Oof, a rough one with every QB tossing an interception. Despite that hiccup, ESPN's Dan Orlovsky and Damian Woody are all in on McCarthy, predicting a monster season with 4,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns. Why? He's got a custom-fit offense, Kevin O'Connell's genius play calling, and weapons like Jefferson and Hockenson. Do you believe JJ can deliver those numbers? Drop your predictions below. The Addison suspension puts extra pressure on McCarthy early, especially with tough matchups against Chicago, Atlanta, and Cincinnati. But the schedule's not brutal. Those defenses ranked middle of the pack in 2024 EPA/play, giving our rookie a chance to shine. Who's ready to see JJ sling it in Week 1? Let's hear it. Alright, let's get to the depth chart drama. With Addison out, the WR room is under the microscope. Lucky Jackson's been running with the first team, sitting pretty as the unofficial WR4, while Thayer Thomas got reps with the ones on Wednesday. These guys are hungry, and camp is their chance to shine. Who's your breakout candidate? Then there's Rondale Moore, the speedster we snagged in free agency. After missing 2024 with an injury, he's itching for a comeback. Rookie Ty Felton's also in the mix, with his 6'1" frame and blazing speed making him a potential game-changer. Which of these guys do you think grabs the WR4 or WR5 spot? Comment below. The Vikings aren't panicking, though. GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and O'Connell planned for this, with a roster stacked with options. They could even sign a veteran like Gabe Davis or Odell Beckham if needed. The question is, will a young gun step up, or do we need a vet? Let's debate in the comments. SKOL. Let's pivot to the tight ends. TJ Hawkinson is back and looking like a beast, despite missing Monday's practice with a minor hip/leg/back issue. In 2023, when Jefferson was out, Hawkinson went off for 50 catches, 532 yards, and 3 TDs in 7 games. That's a 1,292-yard pace over a full season. With Addison sidelined, Hawkinson's role gets even bigger. O'Connell loves using him as a safety valve, and McCarthy's been building chemistry with him in camp. Josh Oliver's also in the mix, potentially stepping up as a blocking tight end with receiving chops. Who's excited to see Hawkinson dominate? Let me know. The offense might lean heavier, with fullback CJ Ham and a beefed-up O-line paving the way for Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. Picture this. 12 personnel sets, pounding the rock, and play-action bombs to Jefferson. Sound like a plan? Tell me how you'd scheme it up in the comments. Defense time, Vikings fans. Brian Flores' unit is turning heads in camp, absolutely owning the offense in Wednesday's padded practice. Linebacker Jonathan Greenid, fresh off a 12-sack Pro Bowl season, is wreaking havoc, and the Waves' defense with Harrison Phillips, Jonathan Allen, and Javon Hargrave is a nightmare for QBs. The cornerback battle is heating up, too. Mekhi Blackmon's working back from an ACL injury, and Isaiah Rodgers is fighting for a spot. Dallas Turner's pass rush potential and Ivan Pace Jr.'s versatility have Flores grinning. Can this defense hit a top 5 ranking in 2025? Drop your thoughts below. Flores' 38.6% blitz rate last year led to 33 turnovers, and they're aiming for 25 in 2025. With Greenid and Turner rushing and Pace flying around, this unit could carry us early, especially without Addison. Who's your defensive MVP so far? Let's hear it. Let's talk offensive line. SKOL. Christian Darrisaw's nearing full speed after his ACL/MCL recovery, but he took a planned rest day Saturday. Newcomers Jonah Jackson and Ryan Kelly are gelling, though Kelly missed Wednesday's practice with an elbow issue. Second-year center Michael Juergens stepped in and looked solid. This line's key to protecting McCarthy and opening holes for Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. Last season, the run game carried us in Addison's absence, and with a healthy Hawkinson and Jefferson, play action could be lethal. How confident are you in this O-line? Comment below. O'Connell's stressing pre-snap discipline, and with a rookie QB, that's huge. If the line holds up, we could see McCarthy dice up defenses early, even without Addison. But here's the tease. What roster move could shake things up? Keep watching. Vikings Nation, let's address the elephant in the room. Justin Jefferson's health. Our superstar WR missed a full week of camp with a mild hamstring strain, working rehab on a side field. He's expected back soon, but his absence has fans nervous. Can Jets be 100% for Week 1? Jefferson's chasing history, needing just 5 catches to hit 500 for his career and 4 to pass Steve Jordan for 4th in team history. With 7,000 yards in 5 seasons, he's the centerpiece of this offense. How many yards do you think Jets racks up in 2025? Drop your guess. Without Addison, Jefferson will see even more targets. But the Vikings are ready. Naylor, Felton, and Hawkinson can stretch defenses, and O'Connell's scheming to keep Jets open. Want to predict our Week 1 target share? Hit the comments. SKOL, let's talk special teams. With new kickoff rules, the return game is a question mark. Ty Felton's speed makes him a candidate for kick returns, but the team's still sorting out punt and kick returners. Ryan Wright's punter job is on the line too. Who's your pick for returner? Camp's been a proving ground, with undrafted free agents like Tyler Batty and Elijah Williams making noise on defense and special teams. These dark horses could steal a roster spot. Any UDFAs you're rooting for? Let me know in the comments. The Vikings' depth is being tested early, but O'Connell and Adofo-Mensah built this roster for moments like this. With 12 open practices, including joint sessions with the Patriots on August 13th to 14th, we'll see who rises. Excited for the preseason opener? Let's talk. Roster cuts are looming, Vikings fans. With the 53-man roster deadline approaching, camp battles are intense. Josh Metellus, the hybrid safety playing 90% of defensive snaps, is in contract talks, but no deal yet. Could he be a surprise cut, or is he untouchable? At receiver, Lucky Jackson, Thayer Thomas, Jeshaun Jones, and Tim Jones are fighting for WR4 and WR5 spots. Rondale Moore's injury history makes his role uncertain, but his speed is tantalizing. Who makes the final roster? Drop your predictions below. Adofo-Mensah's moves, like trading for Jordan Mason and drafting Ty Felton, show he's planned for Addison's absence. But could a veteran WR signing be in the cards? Gabe Davis or Odell Beckham? Anyone? Let's speculate in the comments. Let's talk schedule. SKOL. The Vikings face Chicago, Atlanta, and Cincinnati without Addison, but those defenses aren't elite. In 2024, they rank 20th, 15th, and 18th in defensive EPA/play. Not exactly the 85 Bears. Can we steal a win or two early? Week 4 brings a juicy matchup against Pittsburgh in Dublin, where Addison returns. Imagine him catching a game winner from McCarthy in Ireland. The middle of the season gets brutal with Philly, the Chargers, and Detroit, so early wins are crucial. What's your record prediction after 4 weeks? Comment below. O'Connell's game plan is to lean on the run and play action, with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason pounding the rock. If the O-line holds and McCarthy stays poised, we could surprise some teams. Ready for a hot start? Let's hear your thoughts. Vikings Nation, let's zoom out to the big picture. After a 14-3 season in 2024, oddsmakers peg us at 9-8 in 2025, a 5-win drop. Addison's suspension and McCarthy's rookie status are factors, but this roster's too talented for a .500 finish, right? The offense is stacked with Jefferson, Hawkinson, Jones, and Mason, plus a defense that could crack the top 5. Flores' aggressive scheme and Greenid's pass rush dominance give us an edge. Do you think we exceed 9.5 wins? Drop your season prediction below. Here's the teaser. One camp standout could change everything. Is it Naylor, Felton, or a surprise UDFA? Keep watching to see who emerges as the X-factor in this Vikings squad. SKOL. Let's keep the faith. Fantasy football fans, this one's for you. Addison's suspension hurts his early season value, but his 19 TDs in 2 years make him a red zone monster. His ADP is WR33, a steal in the 6th round. Will you draft him despite the ban, or are you fading him? Jefferson's a no-brainer WR1, but Hawkinson could be a top 5 TE with Addison out. Naylor's a sneaky late-round pick after his 2024 breakout. Who's on your fantasy radar from this roster? Share your draft strategy in the comments. The Vikings' depth gives fantasy players options, but the real story is McCarthy. If he hits Orlovsky's 4,000-yard prediction, this offense could be explosive. Think JJ's the next big fantasy QB? Let's debate it below. SKOL, Vikings Nation, we're wrapping up. Jordan Addison's suspension is a gut punch, but this team's built to handle it. With McCarthy's debut, Jefferson's stardom, and a defense ready to dominate, 2025 could be special. Who's your MVP for the season, JJ, Jets, or someone else? Training camp's just the start. And with 12 open practices and a preseason opener against Houston on August 10th, we'll see who steps up. I'm hyped for Jalen Naylor, Ty Felton, and maybe a surprise vet signing. What's got you most excited for 2025? Drop it in the comments. If you love this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more Vikings news. Share this with your fellow SKOL fans, and let's keep the purple pride alive. SKOL Vikings, see you in the comments.